During the 1960s, Costa Rica's deforestation rates were estimated to be the highest in the Western Hemisphere. Reacting to countrywide recession and massive foreign debt, Costa Rica cleared vast expanses of virgin forest to accommodate cattle ranching and become a major supplier to North America's insatiable demand for low-cost beef. The negative environmental impact was considerable. While Costa Rica's beef exports showed a 500% increase over 2 decades, some studies estimate that abandoned cattle pastures currently comprise more than half of the country's total landmass. At Reforest Teak, ecological reforestation is our passion and our business. With the support of our reforestation partners in Costa Rica, we work to restore depleted cattle pastures and other damaged lands back to ecological productivity by transforming them into thriving, sustainably managed mixed-species tropical forest plantations. The sale of Reforest Teak products facilitates the expansion of these reforestation projects. Through our work, we confront the global environmental crisis with innovative alternatives founded on sound economic, social, and environmental principles.
So these trees I all planted. You know, I didn't think it was very good soils, but because the river is so close, there's a lot of humidity, I think it's like they say in Spanish, fresca. And these native trees that usually don't grow very fast, they grew like 2 meters in height the first year. The next year they grew like 2 meters. It's incredible. We had some trees that were like 3 or 4 inch diameter after just 2 rainy seasons. It's called guayabon or sordar, the name's in Spanish. It's Terminalia oblonga. It's a very precious hardwood. There's very few left in Costa Rica. It's native species. One, that would be an amarillon. That would be a Goncala avis, and then there's cocobolo here, cocobolo there. Right here. Dalbergia recusa. This is native to Costa Rica. Can't find any more in the jungles. They cut them all down. They even go to national parks at night and steal them. We planted 55,000 of those on this farm.
The restorative forestry practices of Reforest Teak take into consideration the retention of ecological integrity and interdependent biodiversity of the regions where we work. Biodiversity corridors have been systematically expanded, and a corresponding increase in wildlife has been documented within our project boundaries. These reforestation projects have also been awarded international certification for sustainable forest management practices through our reforestation partner, Diamond Tropical. The first eroded cattle pastures to become part of these reforestation efforts were purchased in 1992. Planting began with more than 70 varieties of trees, including a number of endangered native species such as mahogany, purple heart, Spanish cedar, cristobal, and cocobolo rosewood. Our selection included the best species, seed sources, and genetics available.
Funny, this area of around Prida had about 10 different species of world-famous woods, and most of them they cut them down and burned them. Never used the wood at all.
Really?
Yeah, just cleared the property. Old timers used to get mad because it would take years and years for these big trees, the hardwoods, to rot. Yeah. And the cows had to walk around them. About 10, 12 inch diameter. We plant those like one for every like 20 to 50 other trees. Got to spread them out because it's like candy for those shoot borers. If you plant them in monocultures, they really get hammered by infestations.
Is that considered a native?
Oh yeah. I've never seen one of those in the jungle. The loggers cut down every single one. Kill them all. I walked down here 12 or 14 years after we planted this farm, and I didn't even recognize it myself. I came from the other side of the ridge, and I've been on this road at least 1,000 times. And there are areas down here where we planted the ornamentals, like you see these alongside Ian there behind them, like you see in banks in the States. And in every place where there's any erosion, a landslide, or anything, my guys are trained, they come in and we plant bamboo, which really anchors down the soil. You can also use lemongrass. There's a few native species that work well.
In 1940, over 80% of Costa Rica was covered by native forests. Over the next 30 years, more than half of this forest cover was lost. Starting in the 1980s, Costa Rica transformed itself from the world leader in deforestation into a world leader in reforestation and land conservation. Today, 34% of Costa Rica's land is designated as protected national parks and conservation zones, yet there is more that can be done. Through our market-based approach, Reforest Teak and our Costa Rican reforestation partners complement these national land restoration efforts by converting depleted cattle pastures into sustainably managed forests. At Reforest Teak, we are committed to a practice of ecological reforestation that restores the environment and also fosters a better quality of life in the local communities where we work.